I'm a little bit of an idiot. Came to update my number and I thought they close at 5. I guess they close at 4. Well, I guess I can head back, make the phone call, and hopefully update it that way by calling them. I think in the meantime, I'm gonna make at least a pit stop, somewhere. Try and wake up a little more, because I feel like I'm in a really heavy haze. It's weird. So yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, I figured it'd just be nice to at least go for a little drive. I'm trying to recoup my brain, it's weird. I haven't felt like this in a really long time, so yeah, really long time. So I'm just kind of trying to recoup myself a bit. Whoops. Amongst the trees. I'd go up to the mountain and all that, but by the time I get there, it'd be too dark, and I don't really want to utilize my flashlight out there. Or not flash, well, I actually got one in the truck, so yeah. I don't really want to walk around with a flashlight all that much up the mountain. I'm gonna try and find a spot somewhere to just kind of go sit and try and recollect my brain. It's just, it feels like it's just overloaded. I'm very much in shutdown mode, or just right on that edge, and it's just, that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't even really posted anything online, anything like that right now, because I've just been, not just today, but yeah, it's just been I don't know how to explain it. So yep, turn that, because you don't need to be staring at. I know the truck's dirty, I'm sorry. No, I just needed I don't need to be recording other people that close like that. Okay. Switch hands, make it a little easier, because I'm a little bit exhausted. I know I'm very much into shutdown mode right now, so just kind of in that position of just trying to think of where house. They just, I don't know. Isn't that cool? Love that. Somewhere to go. Got some cool shit up in here. Ago, back when we had the flood, it was like in 95, 96. This place flooded out, and basically the sidewall of their basement straight like washed out, and so like their washer, their dryer, I think their water heater and stuff like that was all like drug out up from inside the house, from the basement level all the way out into their yard. And it was like, that's just some crazy shit. So I guess they ended up learning that they really needed some flood insurance after that. They're just, yeah, that would just suck. You know, get a place, really nice home, things seem great, and then all of a sudden just poof. You know, but then poof. Mama Nature comes flowing through and just washes you out. I've just been in this, yeah. You know what? Let's go this way. You want to see where I used to live a long time ago? Well, it wasn't really a long time ago. I mean, I guess you could say it was a long time ago, but yeah, this is where I'm going to show you where I lived when my younger son ended up coming to live with me. You know, he was like 8 years old then. So this would have been so this would have been like 17 years ago. Really? It's been that fucking long? Alright. Well, here we go. I'm gonna turn this around. I think this market has changed hands a couple times. I gotta be easy on this. So this is project housing, and I'm gonna be careful on this because I don't want to upset anyone. But I'm gonna show you here in a moment where I used to live. This is my first home of my own. Like that wasn't just like a regular apartment. Wow, they changed the decking on it. So this right there, that place right there is where, but this is all project housing. This was the kind of, yeah, this is what we're basically going from bouncing between families' place, living in a tool shed, living in a tent, living in my car. Yeah, at the time that I got approved for that finally, I was still living in a tool shed. But then I used to walk my son to school. This is the walk we would take to take him to school. And yeah, we'd have this joke that, you know, you might be a redneck if you and your dad are in the same grade. Yeah, we checked this place out when it was I want to say finished being built. The builders was doing a lease to own thing, and we went to check it out and everything, and it was a nice home. We just didn't have it to get into it and all that. But yep, this is the walk that we used to take, that my son and I would take to take him to school, until eventually he did that for like the first year or so, excuse me, until he had, built up his little friend group. So it's safe for him to walk together up to school, because it's just straight up here. But then I'd go pick him up. So yeah. But then, sorry, two guys walking there. I didn't want to be filming them up close. But yep, then he would go. I'd take him to school here. His mom would walk with us too, unless she was at work. But then we'd pick him up and drop him off right here. Right at those doors, right there. That was probably the happiest time of my life, that little moment right there. Just that little part of my life. That little part of my life only lasted a couple years, basically, like 3-4 years. Definitely felt like a freaking, all I was just a stepping stone, so I don't hate anybody on that shit. Shit happens, it's just, yeah. And we'll flip this back around now. Yep. And then when we moved from the project house, when we ended up moving from project housing, because at the time we were living there, we had my younger son, his two sisters, and they were at an age that they were able to share the room, because that's just a little one bedroom. And then his mom and I would end up sleeping on the floor, of all things, in the living room. And yeah, eventually after we moved from there, we were able to get an apartment up on the top of the hill and by the theaters and all. I loved that because well, it made me in walking distance from Hollywood Video, the movie rental. But while my son, he was going to school obviously full time at the time, elementary school, 5 days a week, that type of thing. Where his sisters, it was one of them was going like 3 days a week, and the other would go like 2 days. They're just starting school, and it was with through the Lutheran church and all that type of thing, which is really cool. It was a really good church, and it was nice. But no, on the day, each week, I would take, so on one day, one of my stepdaughters at the time, while one was at school, one day I would take the other over to we'd walk over to the at the time was a Danielson's Thriftway. That got demolished at that, demolished like shortly, basically while we were living there. But, I used to walk them over to go get custom-made sandwiches. They loved it because I'd let them, pick their bread, pick the toppings or whatever to go in their sandwich, and get the sandwich, then we get some chocolate milk and walk back to the apartment and have lunch. And I used to make them little kind of little gourmet lunches too on the off days or whatever that we didn't go get sandwiches. We'd make stuffed apples and all that stuff just to, that's nice. Darn it, I'm not sure I got it in time. But I enjoyed every bit of it. I liked being a dad. I think the hard part was, when I was, obviously as a teen dad and everything, I'll just say in the beginning, especially with my younger son before his mom left, then seems to be a thing. But I think the hardest part, when it comes down to it, is just mainly just the lack of sleep. That's a lot of it. It's not so much. Well, I don't do well with loud noises, but I know how to. In some cases, I can bear it out. Kids, I don't mind too much. I actually really don't mind too much. It's when the screaming or the crying type thing, like everybody else. It's, how do I say it? It's because I get sensitive. My ears are sensitive to certain noises. It hurts my ears, but it doesn't like anger me or anything like that. That type of thing. But for most part, I think just the hardest part about, from that time that I remember, when you're having a kid, it's just kind of the lack of sleep at first. But over time, that when they start obviously having normal sleep hours, it gets easier. And at that point, it can turn fun. At least nice to, I'm starting to be able to somewhat get myself collected a little bit. Can't promise anything later, considering right now it's just I've had just kind of a, not sure if it's from the cold or what, like the little cold I've got going on, or if, I kind of drive like a grandpa, I'm sorry. Well, I am a grandpa, so I don't have to be all like, just acting like one. I am one. No lie. That's cool. Sorry, that was a little quick. That was a squirrel moment. Squirrel. Oh, that's a nice place. Alright, we'll go this way. Yay, fun. Okay. feel the dirt. Oh, I was already on this road? I forgot. Oh, hold on. See, big puppies. I know they're horses, but I call those big puppies because they're like big giant dogs. And then you've got the Newfoundlands. Well, they're actually sheep. But they might as well be sheepdogs. No, I won't turn there. I'm just gonna keep going. I bet if we go back there where the sheep are and we go and look through and double check, we might find a wolf dressed as one. And somewhere in the mix, you might think you're petting a sheep, and you might find out it's a sheepdog. Not gonna record, dude. Sorry. Well, the sky's starting to look pretty cool. It's getting that kind of nice, I don't know, it's got that nice little relaxing effect to it. It's obviously the colors. There we go. Sorry, I was starting to fall asleep. This is kind of new. That place in front of us, it's new. I think I am going to go right again. I don't want to keep driving everywhere. Yes, I know the truck is dusty. Trucks are supposed to be dirty. You're supposed to use your trucks, not make them look pretty and just drive around in a city all the time. You gotta actually use them. That's what they're built for. If you want a pretty car and you just want to cruise around in, just do what I did. Go get yourself a Fiat. Love my little Fiat. And just knowing the home sells, I want to probably go and, well, I've got to get it like basically kind of, what do you call it? Just make sure everything's all good on it. Do any major repairs or whatever that might need to be done. And yeah, so that way it's at least safe enough to drive, you know, a long distance like that. But thought about if doing that, I was looking at some of the suspension and upgrades, cost of what that would be and all that stuff, and it actually wouldn't be a whole ton. A lot of it is trying to decide whether or not to uh, the part I still want to get a motorcycle. I want to get one that I can ride, and then maybe at some point get a frame and all that stuff, and learn how to build one. I just need. I like to work with my hands. The part that I don't like about myself is I have trouble like. You'll notice that like sometimes I bounce around between projects or interests. Like anybody else, they'll have a list of projects and they might bounce around them, but like for me, I will dive deep into certain subjects and then I go on to the next and all that, and other times I'll come right back around to it. And yeah, I just know when it comes to, you know, something like that, if I had a project card, then there's a high chance I probably wouldn't finish it necessarily. I think it's this place. Or is it up here? No. Yeah, I think we just passed it. I used to go and clean horse stalls with my buddy Mikey when we were kids. Come out here, we'd go clean. I'd help him clean horse stalls. He'd get paid for it. I was just a helper. But I didn't mind. I had fun being there. Sorry about that. Now if I just push on the gas a little bit more instead of just putting up the hill. The sky still looks so cool. What's weird is from my point of view, I don't know if it's like that from your screen, but from my point of view, it's more of a blue color, but it looks kind of like pastel-y on the camera. Like a pastel-y pink blue, where from my eyes looking up, it's like a pastel-y blue. It's kind of weird. In fact, on the right there, that neighborhood, I guess you could say. Flip this back around. If I remember right, yeah, that was where my younger son, that was where he first lived after he was born with his mom and them. You know, so yeah, we were stupid teens doing stupid things. But we didn't go and do what pretty much all of them would do these days. We didn't go, I'll just say it in a nice way, we didn't go throwing our kids down toilets or anything. I'll just put it that way. I'm not saying that in a literal sense. Yep. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that little good cruise about. I'm gonna head towards the trailer crib and try and make that damn phone call. Otherwise, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. They're open tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to get my ass rolling out there. But no, I can still call Social Security. They have a 24-hour number that I can call at any point to just update my number with them. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. Be safe out there, and thanks for watching. Later.